Everyone knows the game of the year is What's the Bat.
That was last year's game of the year. I can't wait.
Was it really?
What's the bat?
No.
Yeah, what the bat?
What's the bat?
I'm gonna point at the camera.
It was
When
not
is What the
What the
Bat
Bat.
2? When is What the Bat 2? We need it right now.
It wasn't What the Bat, was it?
Upload VR voted What the Bat is their game of the year. It's been a joke all year. It's been a running joke all year. That's a legitimate thing.
I'm doing my research while we're talking about this. Hold on.
Dude, look up 2022 Upload VR Game of the Year. It is What the Bat.
I never played that.
They did a podcast where they explained why.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
They did a podcast.
Bat, I'm sure it's fine, but
I played it. I played the game start to finish.
Okay.
And I was like, you don't want me to make this video. And I said in the back, I was like, this game's not for me. You don't want me to make this video.
Right.
Okay,
He was very nice
for the
about it. He was
VR
very nice about
awards. Moss Book 2 won Game of the Year.
As it should have. It was the best game last year.
Yeah, that was.
I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill.
What else was on that list last year?
For the VR award last year was Veil, Tale of Onagoro,
wow.
Cities,
Whoa,
Galaxy's Edge. This is the VR awards.
That's not the Jeff Keighley.
Awards.
Oh, the
Not
VR awards.
Upload
Okay,
VR.
not the Jeff Keighley awards. Gotcha.
Not to upload. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks like every big game from last year was on this list.
Yeah.
Lone Echo 2, Zenith Last City, I Expect You to Die, After the Fall. All the heavy hitters.
No, what the Bat? Like, geez.
What the Bat wasn't on this list.
Man, like, they totally missed it.
I never even heard of that game. That's
So, in the spirit of keeping it light, to close out on the Game Awards released their annual nominees for, best indie, blah, blah, blah. And there's a best VR AR category. I don't know why AR is in this title. There's never been an AR category game nominated, but okay.
Was there a game? Okay, well,
no,
continue.
never has been.
Let me not rage.
Never has been.
I'm calming down. Calm down, Clay.
Okay. The nominees were Gran Turismo. This is the show hosted by Jeff Keighley, the biggest video game award show there is, by the way.
Yeah.
Nominees are Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR Mode, and Synapse.
Mm-hmm.
All of these games are currently PlayStation VR2 I'm sorry. 4 of these games are PlayStation VR2 exclusives. Humanity is on PC and PC VR. And 1, 2, 3 of them, I think 4 of them actually. I can't confirm Synapse. But at least 3 of them were funded by Sony. Now, the way this is voted on and collaborated on is there's a whole conglomerate of video game tech outlets and gaming outlets and stuff like that who vote on these games. So that alone kind of tells you how this list came to be because it's all very Sony specific. But as you can imagine, a lot of the VR community got in an uproar about this, and Vertigo 2 came up a lot. I never at any point expected Vertigo 2 to be nominated for this because I've never seen a PC VR game get nominated for the Jeff Keighley Awards. That's what I call them, the Jeff Keighley Awards.
Alex, yeah.
You really didn't think Vertigo 2 would make the list?
No.
That's wild to me.
Visibility.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I have to agree.
You expected it to not make the list either?
Horizon versus Vertigo.
Think about the visibility.
Humanity versus Vertigo.
But the thing is, PlayStation is a bigger platform than probably the amount of PC VR users.
It would not shock me if Humanity outsold Vertigo 2.
We all know in our hearts that Vertigo deserves, but it's just it's not enough. It's not enough. What's the word? Push, I guess, in terms of just industry for that to happen. Especially Sony cutting that check.
It trivializes the awards for me because in my mind, I've always, in my very naive world, it's the Gamer Awards, and this is what I'm told. Okay, this isn't just me raging now. I'm told it's for the gamers. We get to celebrate the accomplishments of game devs and publishers throughout the year. This is the moment we get to celebrate the hard work and the experiences that we've shared. And then all of a sudden you put out a list where it looks like these people never played any other VR games this year. Yeah. It just felt like a slap in the face to me. And I hadn't even played Vertigo 2 yet, but I knew at its core, based on what I saw, that it had that potential, and based on how much it was just raved about, and for it to just not even come close to being on that list blew my mind. And I have I'm going to be very honest. I don't think my thoughts are fully baked. So everyone's going to get half-baked thoughts here. And they will be mildly flawed, but I'm okay going on this rant that, games like, for example, I have a hard time feeling like Resident Evil 8 deserved to be on that list. And I know that it was a really good VR experience, but it wasn't built for VR. And I know that's subjective, but maybe that's just me being a purist, right? I felt the same thing about Humanity. Maybe I'm just being a purist where there are slots that were taken away from games that were built from the ground up with VR in mind, and that VR wasn't an afterthought. Is it a criteria for it to be in the Game Awards? No. And that's where my argument fails, right? It's not a requirement. You make it VR and you want to redo it as Resident Evil 4 remake, sure, then it should be considered. But in my heart of hearts, my soul hurts.
Yeah.
So I get it from a sentimentality. Sorry, go ahead, Sho. Go ahead, Sho. I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
No, I was really just going to say, I think you touched on it, Mike, earlier about how the nominees are made, right? I think the conversation that you're having, the issues that you're having about what constitutes a VR game and what doesn't, I think it would be legitimized if the people who are voting on the games were authentic, real, passionate VR outlets, and then they had these discussions, and then this is the list that comes up. At the end of the day, we know what the Game Awards are. No shade. I've worked with Jeff Keighley. I know him. He's great. He cares about the games, but the Game Awards is a combination of profile of visibility, but also there's marketing involved in that, right? It's a business. So I think VR is such a niche platform that needs lots of visibility. It would have been nice. It would have been great if they had the foresight to just limit the people who nominated those games to just the industry, the VR industry. That would have changed that list a bit. We know who's going to win because, like you said, Sony's the big money. Yeah, but there's no Quest games on there. None. Weird.
That's crazy.
The largest, arguably largest VR platform has not a single game on here.
Yeah, that was weird.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna slightly counter argument. Okay, sorry, bad.
I'm ready to be corrected.
Sure. From November of last year to October of this year, which is the cutoff for when they do those nominees, what Quest game do you put on that list, and what Quest game do you put on that list? Because a lot of people said no games from Quest, and I'm like, okay, name them. That's always my response to them.
Good point.
And I'm not saying there aren't any, but so many people are like trying to attack this on a philosophical standpoint. And I'm like, okay, pen to paper, name these games.
All right, bet.
Doing my research. Hold on.
Propagation came out. What's that game?
Yes.
Yeah,
the Light Brigade.
Breachers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Ghost of Tabor.
There's a lot.
Well, no.
Ghost of Tabor I struggle with.
Another Fisherman's Tale.
Ghost of Tabor I struggle with specifically because it's still technically early access, and I've never seen the early access game get nominated on the Jeff Keighley Awards ever at any point.
Okay.
And then even outside of the Quest, though, we talked about how PC VR is not dead. Don't at me. It's not dead. What happened to the PC VR games that came out last year?
Yeah.
So that's my beef is that they're...
Yeah, I got to pause real quick. Robert wants to call me.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I'm just going to turn my camera off. Y'all keep talking.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You're going to have to cut out that weird part. But my point is, it just felt one-sided. And here's the thing. I'm not even a PSVR2 hater. I love my PSVR2. I'm a PlayStation fan, 100%. If I could buy everything on the PSVR2, I probably would. But I recognize, though, that if we were to look at holistically everything that was entered, it just feels one-sided. I don't know how many people played Humanity. Maybe a lot, but I don't know any. I don't know a single person. I do know one person who's played Humanity, and they said that it's not even that great in VR. It's better flat.
Yeah. I think one-sided is being kind. I think...
I'm being kind.
The impression that I got was it's just dismissive. It felt like there was no real care put into considering anything else other than, this came out from Sony this year. This is what's in VR right now. Bet. Throw it on there. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it's like you all didn't play Like I'm playing Vertigo 2 right now, and I'm like, I already see how this can be. This is just the next level of greatness by one dev, by one guy, right?
That's so crazy.
Which is wild to me. I played through the Light Brigade, and it was a simple mechanic, but one of the best roguelikes I know that we debate versus Compound. We'll decide. One of the best roguelikes in VR to come out. And then Propagation Paradise Hotel, again, I'm a huge horror fan, so this was something that was close to me. I loved every single minute of that game. And everything felt so good. I mean, you all know when you get into VR, the game, sometimes the games just feel snappy. They just feel good. And each of those games just felt really good. Yeah. And it just felt like, to your point, it felt like a slap in the face that not a single one of them was even considered. And I'm like, who do we talk to change that? Because that can't happen again next year. That's absurd.
Yeah.
I would talk to Jeff himself, maybe. I don't know how much power he has over that.
Who got Jeff's number? Sho's got Jeff's number. Call up my man Jeff and say, listen.
Jeff has the best of intentions. He just delegates that to the industry, and the industry doesn't care about VR as a whole. I was looking at Eurogamer. They just did a video a few days ago about what Ian's playing over there, Ian's Corner. He was just talking about how excited he was about the new games he's been playing recently in VR. And there was just this slight feeling I got from the other guys in the podcast of hurry up, just come on, moving along. That's great. I'm glad to hear it, but can we keep it moving? So that's the vibe I get from the rest of the industry that's not in this passionate circle of VR enthusiasts that we see in our little closed circle. So, yeah, I tell you,
it makes me feel crazy that I love it so much. It makes me feel crazy because I try to sell it in, and people are like, why do you love it so much?
Yeah,
I'm like, you got to put the headset on to see.
You just got to get that headset on. I think we're going to begin to see that change next year. I really do. I think we're just now beginning to get these big budget VR games. I think VR just needs a little bit more time to bake. And I think next year with Apple and so many other people entering the fray of XR, spatial computing as that, more general term that people can attach to, I think we're going to begin to see. I think Google and Samsung, being that they're going to be releasing something next year, there's going to be some IP, there's going to be some game. In fact, let's mention Just Dance, which was originally going to be pushed out by Pico. They now are saying that they are working with a new publisher on a new vendor, a new company to push out this game. So we don't know if that's Meta. We don't know if that's possibly Nintendo. We don't know who it is. So if that's the case, I think next year we're going to begin to see a lot of these things change. I think Assassin's Creed it got a great review on IGN, which is one of the first times we've seen VR, a VR game get any level of that detail of a review.
That is impressive.
Linus Tech just did a video on the Big Screen Beyond, saying how excited he was about VR again. You're beginning to see something happen. It's like this fire that's beginning, and I think the culture will change the narrative for the Game Awards as we go on. But I feel like we still are just in those early days of that niche. Once again, Atari, early days. Yeah. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, I am proud to be not just doing this with you all, but to be at this part of VR. Because I do feel like once it launches, we'll be like, man, I've seen it from the beginning. I appreciate it so much more. It's wild to me that I bought this new PC and I'm going to 6-year-old games and I'm having a blast, right? Yeah, this magic has already existed and I'm just trying to figure out a way to be able to share that magic with everybody else, right? So
absolutely.
Anyway, that's my rant. I'll be there on the Game Awards. I know that Mike specifically voted for humanity in protest.
Yeah. Which one of y'all got out of those games on that list?
I did vote for Call of the Mountain because it was one of my favorite games of the year. Maybe it was just me just feeling all the hype of the PSVR2, but
I'm so sorry. I voted for humanity. I'm playing.
It's okay.
I didn't play any of those games. So, for me, I'm just I'm boycotting it. I'm like, no.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I liked Horizon Call of the Mountain. I love the franchise, so it was just right up my alley. Generally, my beef with Resident Evil 8 was that it wasn't built from the ground up, and it felt like when you played the game, I was very much reminded, blatantly so, that it was a port or that it was a mode, right? For example, there's different ways to do cutscenes, right? Within VR. This sometimes in Resident Evil 8, completely disregarded. I was like thrown around, didn't know which way I was looking. I had an arm that was over to the left at one point, and I was like, why is my arm over there? Like, it was like, oh, this is just one of those things that I realized you weren't built for VR. You made a VR mode, and it's a pretty good VR mode, but you weren't built for it. Like, I got in a boat once in RE8, and I was like, oh, it's like a motorboat with a little motor behind you. So all you had to do is just hold the handle and move it left and right. Didn't work. How I moved the boat? Just move the thumbstick. It was like, okay, reminded again. You were a flat game that you tried to make VR. Good job, but it wasn't a VR game. So that's that's where I struggle with it, because then I have to talk about Gran Turismo. Similar story. I never played Gran Turismo, so I can't really, compare. But did you play?
Yeah,
did it ever feel like
Gran Turismo, dude.
Did you? Did it ever feel like a port?
It does. It honestly is not even one of the best ports for the PSVR2. Wow. But I'm not gonna lie, I played Gran Turismo when it first came out. I want to say like last year, and like I didn't like the game at all. But like I played it in VR, and it adds like I go back and play just Gran Turismo. It just added so much to it. So I think that's like one of my probably like highest played PSVR games. Ironically,
yeah. I'm just very upset that you're not playing Grid Legends on Quest. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm not a sports guy, so I don't touch any sports or racing games because I've never.
That's like the only one I touched. That one in Assetto Corsa. Only two I touched.
Yeah. But I heard
Grid Legends is 40-50 gigabytes of pure adrenaline.
Is it 50 gigs?
No, it's not. Now, let me say this. Can I say this, though? Okay. They have... It sucks because they have actually updated it, and it's gotten so much better. Tremendously better. I even think they added motion controls now too, so you can kind of like act like you're driving a little bit.
It didn't even have motion controls.
It did not.
It launched bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it launched really bad. But yeah, it is much better game now. But the joke of it being almost 40-50 gigs on the Quest 2, it's like, what are you doing?
Wait, wasn't like Medal of Honor a large game as well?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
those were the two largest games on the platform. You had to make choices if you want to keep those things on your system.
So imagine now, this was got me thinking Asgard's Wrath 2, which has been looking so beautiful. How big is this 60+ hour game? Because on the Asgard's Wrath 1 is over 100 gigs on the PC.
Game.
Yeah, but Asgard's Wrath 1 didn't care for space. It was like, look, I just need this thing to look beautiful.
Yes. Yes. Buy a whole hard drive just for just one game.
So
I've had to delete stuff to get Asgard's Wrath 1 to run.
Absolutely.
What's exciting to me is when I'm seeing devs start caring, like Meta really putting the effort into caring about how they bring these things to the platform. Because there is no reason that Assassin's Creed should look as good as it does and be as small as it is on that platform. I can actually put that on my headset with no problems, and it runs great. I have high hopes for Asgard's Wrath.
It's those vertical robot dudes. I know that they're sneaking in their red matter 2 optimization.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
I think it's probably going to be probably less than 100 gigs for sure. Probably like 70 maybe.
I think so.
Less than 70.
Oh man, I can't wait to see, man.
So how did y'all feel about Assassin's Creed?
I haven't played yet. I'm waiting for my time to shine. I'm going to do Arizona Sunshine.
How dare you?
First. I know.
Wow. How dare you?
I was gonna do it, but I figured let me switch it up because
one of the largest games to hit VR. Period.
Yep. I'm gonna hit it during the lull period because I can't keep up with these heavyweights on this channel here. I'm gonna go ahead and play it when there's a lull period. Okay, that's the deal.
It's pretty dope, sir.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. My community is excited for it. So a little bit about what I've been doing in the VR space on Twitch is that I'm not a full VR streamer on Twitch. All of my content outside of Twitch is VR, but on Twitch, I do flat games for 2 days and then VR on Saturdays. And what I've seen is that I'm able to build a community on Twitch through the flat gaming and through the relationships, and then introduce them into VR. So if we're thinking about like the conversion funnel, I'm at the very, 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 very top of like, hey, this guy's really cool.
Terms.
Right.
That's
right,
it.
Right.
Marketing. The more you know. So I've actually started to create a small contingent of people in my Discord who are like starting off VR and they need help with like, how do I not get motion sick? What are the great games to start off with? And we have a small contingent of people there, and I'm hoping to
this man has a built-in SEO tool to tell him what to make. And
he's
like, hey, what tutorial do you need?
Yeah, I'm like,
man,
yeah,
right? Gamer tag.
You guys have figured it out. Today I pinged you all on Twitter, and I was like, hey, who has a tutorial on this 2.0? And Marty was like, I was like, great, I'll add Marty's to my tweet. That tweet has got like, 15,000 views right now. And Marty's the tag underneath it. It's like, I don't have to do that part, but I can help become the launch pad because I don't have time to make the video that Marty did, but I have time to make the thumbnails, So I'm finding my like space, my groove a little bit with the content that I'm putting out. So I'm very, very happy about that.
I'm just thankful there's no bananas.
Oh, no, they're coming back. You've officially cemented it as a meme, so don't worry. They'll just be there in the background. I like, have a banana.
I was like, what the hell?
That is horrible, man. You should just wear a banana suit while you're playing VR.
I know. This is all probably going to get cut. Fun fact, I've noticed that like my most popular videos all have bananas in them. So I have like 800.
Why?
I have 800.
What?
I'll tell you, it was weird. I have 800 followers on TikTok. Nothing crazy. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can go live.
Yes.
And one of the biggest videos that I've had was a Hitman VR video. And if anybody here has played Hitman VR, it's super poorly optimized. I mean, super glitchy. Touch controls are a little bit jank. I mean, take VR jank and like turn it up like 16 dials. And there's a part in the video where I reach for this like gun that's on a table and I pick it up and it turns into a banana. It's actually it's a banana. I pick up the banana and it turns into a gun. And so what's weird about it is that I hit a weird cultural moment. You talked about luck earlier, JDun. I hit some weird anime moment with that move, and a lot of people who watch anime, apparently there's a reference to some guy who was hiding a gun inside of a banana. And so I landed like, I don't know, 600 followers from that one video.
See, there you go. All right. I'm putting out banana videos tomorrow.
Put out the banana videos.
Man.
This is great. I love this.
Yes, this was dope.
Call me Clay. You can find me anywhere. Link in the bio or wherever this video is being posted.
Yes.
So yeah, that's me. Looking forward to the next chat.
Yes, sir. All right, Marty Dude VR. You can catch me on YouTube, TikTok. Trying to get my IG up. Video later on this week. Well, 2 videos this week. Sniper Elite, and then I have a why PCVR. It's not dead.
That's
video.
true.
So we're gonna talk about the state of PCVR. I got a lot of evidence and a lot of examples. So we're gonna talk about it. Yes, sir.
All right.
Sho Futuristic. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, bro.
Sho Futuristic coming up on YouTube. Slow on content, but it's starting to ramp back up again.
Love it.
So this week you'll see more content, but you can find me on YouTube and Twitter.
Awesome, man. It's your boy JDun. You can find me at JDunRRP on all social medias. And of course, Getting Things Done, YouTube channel with my lovely wife, Joy Rain. We'll be dropping some really cool episodes of Get Them to the Metaverse very soon with a very special guest we're going to be having on soon. Can't reveal that just yet. But just stay tuned because we've got a lot of more content coming soon. And of course, make sure you subscribe to XR Mixtape.
Yes.
And everywhere you see this content. Right. And if you are a content creator out there, you are a developer out there, a person of color, those who may not have had opportunities from every other angle, please contact us. Get in touch with us.
100%.
Vario, get in touch with us. HTC, get in touch with us. Every single vendor, get in touch with us. And
my Cash App is.
My Cash App is. And, I'm going to do my live open mic. Hey, you can find me and my Cash App and my Venmo as well. Yes, but no, man. £3 Games, community manager there. So if he doesn't, maybe he's gonna add in his own little piece.
Yeah, he's gonna do his own thing.
He's gonna add his own.
He's
Okay,
gonna do
cool.
his own
We're
thing.
good.
All right, fellas, y'all are great. Want to quick leave here, and we'll catch up on Twitter.
All right, guys.
Good evening.
All right, bye, G.
Y'all take care.
Peace.
All right, boys, I'm back. My bad. Sorry about that. I had to get a work phone call, and where y'all done? Where y'all go? This is awkward. So you find me a live open mic on everything, and my Cash App is